Baldur's Gate 3's Dame Aylin is gaming's most handsome woman. Tell me you're ideologically possessed with the goal of social engineering without telling me you're ideologically possessed with the goal of social engineering. Before we even get to the article, lads, tell me how many stereotypes or red flags can you correctly guess just based on what you see here? Oh, women are more than just eye candy, male fantasies, blah blah blah, all of that bollocks. And yet the main thing you choose to focus on is her appearance, using a male adjective. Interesting. In case this isn't obvious, no sane woman is going to be happy to be called handsome, and if they profess otherwise, they are lying. Beauty standards, the author is a woman. That alone is an alienating red flag for obvious reasons, because we have pattern recognition. Focusing on industry shifts, social issues, and consumer backlash. Industry shifts? No, you're here to push the shift and force the social issues. And then call people bigots when inevitably they give you the glorious middle finger of rejection because what you're pushing is ugly and disfigured. Look at this LinkedIn post from 2 years ago. For Polygon, I covered the biggest issues around Cyberpunk 2077's marketing and the way they've built up a parasocial and toxic fanbase. Something tells me you're far beyond disqualified to talk about marketing when you call the fanbase toxic. That is marketing 101. Is anyone surprised? No, not even remotely. Oh look, a Twitter profile, which she obviously has. Look at this. What you want to bet there's pronouns in the bio? We don't even have to ask. We know they're going to be there. Safest bet in the world. Oh look, pronouns in the bio. And what flag do we have here? Every time, every bloody time, carbon copies of the same NPC towing the party line. The predictability at this point is so mind-numbingly obvious, I may as well be talking to an AI. Actually, that's kind of offensive to the AI. They do a far better job of appearing human. As games become more realistic, our beauty standards can broaden to include characters like Dame Aylin. You know, I was asking Aiden to make sense of this. You know what she said to me? They're subversive commie spoon. An excellent summation. I don't even know what the hell that even means. Our beauty standards can broaden because you make hideously disfigured characters, just in more detail, is it? If we don't find them appealing in real life, why on earth would realistic depictions in our fiction sway our opinion? Bloody hell, I'm not even reading the article yet, and you can tell this woman has no idea what she's talking about. Oh look, I can see more of the detailed cracks in your face. Please pass me the Viagra. Because nothing quite says sex appeal like you're the offspring of the Thing from Fantastic Four with the eyes of a coked-out bloke dressed in drag. Beauty is subjective, but that only goes so far. You put me next to pictures of Anne de Armas and Margot Robbie, and nobody's choosing me. Geez, I wonder why. Between those two, you'd be looking at a pretty even split. As video games get more realistic, there's more room for subjectivity, and different forms of beauty can appear. Baldur's Gate 3 is a great example of this, especially through Dame Aylin. And the cluelessness just keeps on snowballing. Beauty is not subjective. Beauty is very much objective. Bust, hips, long legs, eyes, flowing hair. These are the standards of beauty. If you like weird things outside of this, like whale-sized creatures, that's not a different form of beauty. That is a fetish. And cue all the guys who heard that and are thinking, thank God, finally someone said it. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll let you in on a secret. No, here's a secret. You're boring. Next paragraph. Thank you. Lara Croft, Tifa, and Samus Aran are always near the top of the list, and I'm not denying that they are pretty, but they're also basically the only women who existed in gaming for over a decade. You must be kidding me. Retire from this profession effective immediately because you're an embarrassment. Basically the only women, so no Sonya, Katana, Melina, no Nina or Anna Williams, Julia Chang, Jun Kazama, Ling Xiaoyu, they don't exist, do they? These cretins are so glaringly out of place, it's not even funny. They were designed as attractive by virtue of being the only women that existed, and as graphics improved, they were designed with their cliched attractiveness pre-installed. Oh, fuck off! What a crock of shit! Look at these three characters. Geez, I wonder what they all might have in common. Can you guys spot some overlap? I'm lost for words. Brunette, black, and blonde even has the only diversity that matters. Heaven's sakes, designed as attractive by virtue of being the only woman that existed. That is not how attractiveness works, you idiot. If you took your ugly subversive characters you mention in the next paragraph, you can doll them up in as much HD and bloom lighting as you can muster. Next to these, they will still look as ugly and unappealing as ever because they're objectively unattractive. Get this through your thick fucking skulls. There will never, ever be a successful campaign of social engineering to make any of these hideous creatures appealing. There is a reason why these faceless Russian bots exude more femininity and sensuality than these mannish brutes. I'll give you a hint. It's because they're actually feminine. It is not about realistic depictions either. It's fictional. And by the way, these are not unrealistic beauty standards either. I've seen plenty of women who look like this. It's called discipline. Perhaps if you spend less money on makeup and more on better food and learning to cook, you'd have a significantly better chance of looking like this, and you'd have a much better chance of getting the one thing all of this crap is trying to mask: your deep, desperate desire to be noticed by a man. And don't tell me it isn't, because men can tell we are a lot smarter than you think. Women can smell desperation, and men can smell insecurity, and you reek of it. Look at this. It's not just a look though, it's the power. Aylin may be rescued by you, but she is no damsel in distress. She is no motherly healer, nor does she need to strip down to breathe through her skin or use any other tired justification for her flesh to show. She marches into battle in full and resplendent silver armor, chopping down her foes with a mighty swing of her sword. Anti-feminine, 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 masculine, masculine, masculine. You got penis envy! It's so obvious! Oh my, well, look at these pathetic people. Their obsession with power causes them to hate themselves. That is what their ideology is teaching them. Femininity to them is something that exists to please men, and because they've been conditioned into believing this toxic concoction of equality, and so they must unsex themselves in order to compete with men, they must shed the weakness of femininity and embrace the need to become more masculine. Here's my take though. Their entire worldview revolves around male genitalia. I'm serious. They're either envious as hell they aren't born with them, or bitter as hell because they aren't filled with one. Lacking that, they start doing insane shit, like advocating for the destruction of the beauty of their own sex, when really it's to bring down the standard of attraction in the hopes they might finally get a man to notice them. Ladies, your role is not in the public sphere. Your role is to find a man and produce offspring. And don't give me this crap of like, oh, I'm so much more. What year do you think? Shut the hell up. I don't care about your stupid politics. It's not real. You're still a mammal, and you're still ruled by the laws of time and biology, and you still have hormones. Heaven's sakes, I'm going to let you in on a secret. There is not a woman alive on this freaking planet who is happily married to a good husband with children who gives a flying fuck about any of this crap. Not even one. And you already know the quote at the end of this video, people, so cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing. Take it away, Queen Victoria.